no, I just got off. So, yeah. Okay, thanks. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye. あ、やば、上司から電話だ。ちょっと出るね。あ、お疲れ様です。はい、エリカです。はい。あ、ファイルですか？あ、デスクの方にない。
How you guys doing? Welcome back to
SunnySword
SunnySword Podcast.
What do you know about the difference between working culture in Japan versus working culture in the United States?
In Japan, we do this a lot.
Bow.
はい。
Bow.
はい。はい。すいませんでした。はい。
What did you say right now? What, was
Even
that? What did you say right now?
Even on the phone call. はい。
Yes.
はい。I mean, nobody's fucking watching.
Yeah. Well, after you said hi, though, what did you say after that?
すいません。
And what does that mean?
Sorry.
Right.
I don't know the case.
No, but just say it.
I
In
mean,
Japan, you need
I never
to...
worked in a Japanese corporation.
Okay, I did.
You know,
I did.
I only worked at a supermarket. So.
Okay, okay. But even in the supermarket, yeah, I mean, it's still work culture.
Yeah.
Work
But I
culture.
mean, it's not like I was just a stock boy, so.
Yeah, I worked in Japanese corporate, and yeah, there's a lot of apologizing and people just doing whatever the boss says.
Which is kind of pain in the ass sometimes.
Right, because the boss says the sky is red, and you say, yes, it is, boss.
That really happens?
Yes.
And that's how you go bankrupt.
So, a lot
That's
of...
how you go fucking bankrupt, cocksuckers.
I think I want to say probably in modern years, there's some changes of, Japanese people saying their opinion more, but in general, there's a hierarchy in Japanese companies, right? It goes by age and how long you've been in the company, and you're also where you are in the company as a person. And so the CEO is the top, the president is the top, right? So whatever the president says is fact.
Doesn't he have like a secretary?
Yeah. The secretary will tell him after the fact.
No, like in the mafia, right? You got the boss
Yes.
and the concierge,
Right.
and the underboss.
Right.
So underboss and concierge could like give opinions to the boss
Right.
before they make a final decision.
Right.
So
But-
the boss has to make decisions with those three.
Right, but when I'm talking about just well, the boss will talk to those people, and also the vice president, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. The boss is the boss.
Yeah, but you don't want to fuck up your country.
I'm just saying. No, but when I say president, I mean president of the company.
Yeah, you
know,
don't
but
want to fuck the company.
I mean, but
Like
Japan-
mafia, they don't want to fuck the family, so they have to go with those two other
I would
guys, right?
just put it this way: in Japan, in general, like
just saying.
it's very top down.
Yeah.
It's very top down, and so some companies, the CEOs are so old now, they can't move forward with like the new trends because the boss is like, no,
To hire a different guy.
they can't because he's still there.
No, for like a decision maker.
I mean, but he wants to be the decision maker.
Then you go bankrupt. I mean, that happens a lot though.
So, what do you know about work culture in the United States?
United States, I mean, if you have it's all about idea basis and opinion, and solid plan. So if you got a good solid plan for the company or idea, you gotta provide it at the meeting. And if that goes well, then you pursue the fucking plan or whatever,
Okay.
right? I mean, of course, you gotta listen to your boss, I guess. But,
When you're talking to the boss in the United States,
sir,
how are you, compared to Japan, when it comes to like explaining something or discussing with the boss, what's the difference? What do you think?
I mean, it's more friendly in the States. In Japan, you have to be like, hey.
Just yes.
You can't even really
Yes, and I'm going to
speak
do it.
directly to it. Like you
Right.
gotta like soften down the words a little bit,
Yeah.
and then, even like emails, right? You gotta make it super polite. Like I have to use ChatGPT to even write. Forgot.
So
For real, like I use ChatGPT to like even write emails.
So actually, in Japan,
like a
for those who
company,
don't,
right?
for those who don't know the reason for this, actually, in Japan, I studied this in university, but business Japanese is a whole other level of Japanese. So in Japan, we have this thing called keigo, which is basically respect language, and there's different keigo for different situations. And the business
Yeah, Korea has the same thing.
the
too.
business keigo is completely different than regular life keigo. So even
Yeah.
even Japanese people who have lived and born and raised in Japan, sometimes when they're in university or finish and join the company, they might take a night course just to learn how to speak business keigo because they're not.
I mean, you can learn from ChatGPT.
No, but now you can to write it to write.
Right. Yeah. I only
But-
I type in like a sloppy Japanese.
Right,
Then
but-
the ChatGPT will fix
Right.
it. Send the email.
Right. But if you're like in a meeting or something and you have
Or phone
and
call
you-
with the other company, right?
with other company,
Yeah.
and then it's the type of company that wants to have that keigo, and you don't speak correctly, you just ruin everything. Like some people just don't even listen to you once you don't.
Or you
use
may,
it.
maybe get fired from your position too.
Right.
Right.
Just because you didn't use the honorific at the time.
I think the bank is one of the strictest though.
Is it?
Yeah, for the cable.
Okay.
Yeah, the bank is the worst.
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, hi. How are you? Good. Oh, yeah, the file. I do have it in my computer, but I just got off, so maybe I can get it to you by 11 tomorrow. I'll work on it first thing in the morning. Yeah. No, I just got off, so yeah. Yeah. Okay, thanks. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye. あ、やば、上司から電話だ。ちょっと出るね。あ、お疲れ様です。はい、エリカです。はい。あ、ファイルですか。あ、デスクの方にない。どうしよう。いや、確かに、戻ってこい。ちょっと今、はい、家着いたんですけど、戻ります。はい。はい。8時まで残業。大丈夫です。残業大好きです。はい。ファックスでもいい。ファックスはちょっと私持ってないんですけど。はい。じゃあ、戻ります。はい。わかりました。はい。申し訳ございません。はい。はい。失礼いたします。お疲れ様です。はい。失礼いたします。はい。
Yeah, that is pretty real. Shout out to Erica from Tokyo.
Shout out to Erica. Yeah, I had an ex-girlfriend. She was Japanese, and we were watching a movie together.
Mm-hmm.
And she got a phone call from her boss.
Yeah.
And then she had to pick it up. I was like, babe, we're at a fucking movie theater. I was like, I gotta answer this phone. I'm like,
She really doesn't have to answer, but she did. Most people
so
feel
she got
like
out
they,
of the,
yeah.
she got out of the theater, make a phone call. For 10
Yes.
minutes.
Yeah.
And after the movie was done, I had to explain what the fuck was going on for that 10 minutes. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
So like,
The love of God, don't answer the fucking phone. I mean, don't even look at your phone when you're in the movie theater, you know?
yeah. Actually, there's a problem. There's like so many things happening, in general, like sometimes your boss calls you in USA too after hours or whatever, and then you saw how she handled it. She was like, I was gonna do tomorrow. Is that okay? And you can have that kind of casual conversation. And boss will be like, yeah, sure. But in Japan, a lot of people live for their work. And your boss is living at the office even sometimes.
Yeah.
So not
Even the boss is
yeah.
like, can't even go home.
Right. The boss will stay late. So yeah, as she said, she just got home, but she went back to the office.
I mean, nobody uses fax these days.
Right. But actually this actually in Japan, some companies still use fax machines, believe it or not.
Yeah. Really?
Yes. Because
They
like
need a proof or
remember,
something?
like I mentioned earlier, the boss is the old school boss.
Okay.
He's 70 years old and he likes fax. When fax came out, it was amazing.
It
Like,
was
why would we
amazing.
stop using it? Because when he grew up, there was no fax. Then fax came. It was amazing. You get a paper,
There was no email.
right? No email, nothing, right? So it's like, I can get a whole paper. You don't have to mail it to me.
Well, I think some company, they want like evidence.
But I mean, just saying though, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, he likes it because he grew up with it. But in Japan is still very paper-heavy country, actually. That's the difference. You know, Japan still likes a lot of paper. And so that's the reason why fax came out. If you go to the government offices or you go to make a phone account, bank account, they're going to hand you papers to make in duplicate. Like, write your name on both of these and stuff like that. Japan is very much still a paper country. But yeah, that was pretty accurate to
Yeah,
talk to the
pretty
boss right there, you know.
I don't know how accurate, but I
A,
guess
lot of,
I don't know.
a good amount of people in Japan live
Right after
for their
you
work.
go home, right?
I mean, there's news about the problem in Japan. So actually,
I mean, after you lift off,
right,
for me, right?
so the thing is, in Japan, when you apply for a job, okay, she mentioned about overtime, right? So when you apply for a job, in your contract, it'll say, like, for example, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. But also it says in parentheses, 30 or 40 hours of overtime a month. All right.
That's a lot.
But that's what it says. Okay. And a lot of no, this is recent. This is recent. It's not even
It's
old.
on the paper, right?
It's written in the job description, right? Like
30 hours?
yeah, 30 hours, and that means an hour a day.
Right,
It's
not
30
too-
hours.
Yeah, I guess it's not too bad.
But some companies write 60 hours in their contract, for example, 60 hours overtime.
Forget about it.
Right. For me, definitely no. But like,
You get paid more?
no, it's included overtime in your salary.
We need Trump.
Okay, included overtime in your salary right
We
there.
need Trump.
It's not even Trump. Actually, you need Elon Musk for that one. That's efficiency, right?
No,
But
no, the reason why I brought up Trump
right.
because if you work overtime, you don't have to pay tax in the States.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
income tax.
Definitely
for
not happening in
overpay.
Japan. We pay a lot of tax.
You don't even get overpaid in
We pay,
Japan.
yeah, we pay a lot of tax in Japan. But so,
Fucking crazy.
yeah, you can have up from most contracts 30 to 60 hours included overtime.
60 hours
Yes.
included, right?
Included in your
So your your income is
yes
3K a month, right?
Yes.
Even you work overtime, 3K.
That's correct.
Yeah, fuck that
That's
shit.
correct. Yes. And
No wonder we got so much suicides.
overtime is a real thing in Japan. People work overtime all the time for many, many hours. So yes, that is very much a thing.
No
Yes.
wonder people quit and they become truck drivers.
Yeah, I mean, hourly is a thing right now. But okay, so the reason why I mentioned it earlier is because since coronavirus happened, that era when people were working at home in Japan, there's a situation where people did not want to log out at first because they didn't want to leave work too early. You know, in Japan in general, like you don't want to leave work early or leave on time. Sorry, you don't want to leave on time. You want to time equals working hard. Okay.
Yeah, I get that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you should not be the first one to leave your work. You should stay a little bit longer just to show you've been working hard for the day. Right.
I'm leaving that bitch when it turns 5 o'clock.
Even if you're done working, you need to stay a little bit longer and just show that you worked hard for
just
the day.
clean the files.
Yeah, you know, I'm working hard, so I had to work 30 minutes overtime. You know, and so
Just add a little.
So a lot of-
add the 10 minutes, right?
right. So most people just like continue their work 30 minutes later into the workday. But when it was calculated by working overtime online, people were working later and later and later, and so it was becoming an issue. And so then companies started to say you need to clock out, you need to. And actually, Japanese government also recently passed laws like overtime cannot be over a certain amount, right? And so
I mean, there's no benefit of working overtime
it's no benefit to anyone.
if you're not getting paid, you know.
But you know, Japan has been loving this overtime thing for a while right now. So
I mean, if you're getting paid, I understand. But fucking not getting paid,
just being there.
fucking crazy.
So once those people start to sign out of work, other people were still at work, right? And so you left, and then they want to contact you. It's like so what's happening was that people who were working at home were not reachable, and it was causing issues in the offices.
That's when we need Trump. Anyways, let us
Yes.
know about your opinion about this
Yeah.
craziness.
What do you think about Japanese work culture? Could you handle it? Let us know.
Buy us a cup of coffee.
If you enjoyed this show, the link's in the description below. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much.